Welcome back again, my peeps, and today we'll be reviewing the strongest damage character in the game, Deathblow. Now, Deathblow is a very useful lesson character as it does teach you to spread your units out or find ways to lure your enemies together. Since if you take the same route over and over with your units, all it takes is one rocket to kill all of them. Jumping into stats, since Deathblow's main thing is damage, his rockets will deal 100 damage in a small radius around the explosion, firing about 1.2 rounds per second for his default weapon and a reload speed of about 1.5 seconds. His explosion damage does not have a drop off, but usually his landmine does. Now I find while you can inflict a total of 95 damage, however it's unlikely that you will, and you will be generally inflicting damage from 80 to 65. This can be exceptionally useful when taking out a rush, as it should only take one landmine. The explosion radius is actually larger than the trigger radius, and it continues the damage fall off until it reaches 0. Here's a test showing the distance for damage.
Preparing. Placed. Arming. Landmine. Placed. Arming.
So keep in mind where your units are at, as they can take some damage from enemies triggering your own landmines. And lastly, the cooldown for his landmines are 1.5 seconds. Now a small quirk for his landmines is the trigger radius itself can actually go through a wall, allowing them to be triggered without the player receiving any damage, since the damage itself is not able to penetrate through those walls. Onto mobility, Deathblow is technically the slowest character in the game, while Toxin is the slowest when it comes to her movement speed. This is fixed by her teleport, with a similar fix for Carl when he uses his jump. Deathblow does have a small upside, as his health will be slightly higher than others by 20 hit points. But I figured this wasn't done for the sake of balance, but the likelihood that developers figured that you would accidentally blow yourself up once in a while, and that 20 additional hit points stops you from outright killing yourself. Now starting with counters, Deathblow is going to be strong against Rush, Vendetta, and Capitan. Rush can be the most easily killed as his rockets don't have to directly hit Rush to instantly kill him, and his landmines can be used easily in the late game against Rush since you will know his routes. However, he is only really strong against Rush in the Destroy or Domination format, as in the XM format it's unlikely that Deathblow will ever get near Rush. Against Vendetta, you can easily take out her turret and can outrange her in any fight. And lastly, for Capitan, the extra health pool and the one-shot rockets help when fighting against her. For weaknesses, Carl and Striker are going to be both strong against Deathblow. Striker can easily take out Deathblow from a distance, since his rockets don't have hit scan damage and take time to hit, and that he is by far the slowest character. For Carl, he can save his allies from the rockets or stall the Deathblow on objectives with the shields. Deathblow is going to be the weakest on XM formats, as it's going to be hard for him to stop enemy players from grabbing the exotic material, but he will be the strongest on Destroy and Domination formats, as in these formats it will typically require players to slow down to shoot the objective, which gives you the chance to easily kill them, but also Deathblow is able to deal hefty amounts of damage to the objectives from a safe distance. Anyways, that's all my peeps, short video for a simple character, and like always, thanks for watching.
I have activated the machine.